Would you do the name thing on the board again?
And character names and the name of the piece.
Is it Jack?
Is that a camera or a
Video camera.
I'm sorry?
Video camera.
You are so good. Well, at least you think, you know. Nice thought.
A little bit bigger screen.
Oh yeah, from the angle I was at, it just looked like just this one part here.
Oh, Dad, poor Dad.
In the closet and I'm feeling so sad.
Almost.
The title's too long.
Give us just a moment. We're going to write down what you just put up there.
By who? Stephen Gregg.
Where did you find this?
In our junk pile.
That's some of the best places to find stuff. When you get one of these stacks.
Is that like that might be?
We'll
Is it
find
a
out.
full act play or one act?
It's a one act.
It's one act.
Takes direction.
Yeah, wasn't that cool?
Very cute.
All you do is noise. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Christina Castro.
And my name's Danny Moser, and we're from Turlock High School, and we're going to be presenting a scene to you from the play Postponing the Heat Death of the Universe.
By Stephen Gregg, and I'll be playing the part of Jackie.
And I'll be playing the part of Nick. Who's there?
I'm so sorry, it's Jackie Walker. I don't know if you remember me.
I recognize the name.
Oh, good. Well, I wanted to bring you this note, and it wouldn't fit under the door. Go back to sleep.
I wasn't sleeping.
Well, the note says...
You don't have to whisper. You didn't wake me.
Are you sure?
Positive.
May I turn on the light?
Fine.
Well, the note says that I hope there are no hard feelings, and congratulations, because making it to the finals as a freshman is really great.
Very nice of you.
Yes, it was. I'll go now.
Okay.
Do you realize that you haven't moved since I walked in here?
Yes.
Don't you think that's sort of rude?
As rude as walking into a stranger's apartment uninvited.
We're not strangers. We were photographed together. Junior Jackie Walker and freshman Nick Olmstead, finalists in this year's Emily J. Gore Philosophical Essay Contest. Tomorrow, it'll say Junior Jackie Walker, winner of this year's prestigious $5,000 Emily J. Gore Philosophical Essay Contest. And on the back, maybe there will be a little picture of you with the caption, sullen freshman Nick Olmstead mopes in his room after losing this year's prestigious Emily.
Will you go away, please?
How gracious.
I'm not moping.
Then what are you doing?
Why does it concern you?
It doesn't. Never mind.
Postponing entropy.
What?
You asked what I was doing. I didn't want you to think that I was a bad sport.
I didn't hear what you said.
Postponing entropy.
What?
Have you taken physics?
In high school?
Then you should know that every time you expend energy, you increase entropy.
What's entropy?
Confusion, disorder. It's what you get when you use up energy. The important thing is that energy decreases and entropy increases. You still don't understand, do you?
No.
When you move, you use up energy. Eventually, all the energy everywhere will be used up, and everything will be cold and dark. They call this the heat death of the universe.
They?
Scientists. By not expending any more energy than is necessary, I am granting everything some extra moments of existence.
You're doing what?
I am postponing the heat death of the universe.
Oh, that's very noble of you.
I do what I can.
Sort of a coincidence that you should decide to do this right after losing the scholarship.
Yeah, will you go now?
Look, I can understand you're being disappointed.
I'm not disappointed.
But this seems a little silly.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Phone is ringing. Are you going to get that? Hello? Yes, he is. May I ask who's calling? It's Stacy.
Stacy?
Stacy? Stacy Howard.
I know that. Let me have the phone.
What? You want me to bring it to him?
Yes. Lay it next to my ear here, please.
Forget it.
No, I'm not kidding. I need to talk to her.
Be my guest.
I need the phone.
Then come and get it. She said she can call back later. That's better.
No, it's not better. Give me the phone.
If you really want to talk to her, you can come and get it.
Give it to me now.
Do you want me to explain the, situation to her?
I want you to give me the phone.
She said she thinks this is a bad time.
This is not a bad time.
Then why won't you talk to your friend?
You know why.
Nick can't come to the phone right now. He's postponing entropy. Yeah, bye. She sounded confused. Is that your girlfriend?
I cannot believe you did that.
I cannot believe that you wouldn't get up. Are you that unhappy?
I'm not unhappy.
Yes, you are. I would be. But you know what? I've learned how to handle disappointment.
I'm not disappointed. I'm helping mankind.
You're seriously not going to get up?
Nope.
Not even to eat.
That would require energy.
That's really stupid. What if I make feelings?
Nope. Not gonna move. You can fix me.
And you're going to sit there for all eternity, right?
Correct.
So you won't be needing any of this stuff in this room anymore, right? Right? Like this stapler, for instance. Does it work? I need a good stapler.
What are you doing? Put that down.
This is exactly what I need.
Put that away.
You're not going to
Put it away right now.
You're not going to be using this or anything else in this room, and I would appreciate it if you would remain silent while I select your
No, I will not remain silent.
Then I'll ignore you.
No, you will not ignore me.
Do you think this will fit me?
No, put it down.
You're not helping anyone. You're being selfish and self-centered.
You're the one who's being selfish. You're causing me to talk, you're causing me to expend more energy than otherwise would.
I'm not listening to you.
You're the one who's being self-centered. Coming over here to be congratulated.
I came over to congratulate you.
Why'd you bring me that card?
I told you, it says congratulations and better luck next time.
Oh, no it doesn't. It says something like, oh, sorry you didn't win the contest. I did, so there.
What's this?
November 27th. I got it. I'm a finalist for the Gore contest. If I win, it'll be the first time a freshman's won. If I lose, oh well, I won't lose.
I get it. It's a diary, right?
Turn it off right now.
Just let me listen to a little.
That's private.
Just let me, I won't tell anybody.
Absolutely not.
Please?
No.
I might have just got.
If you want it off, do it yourself.
December 2nd. I took my picture for the paper today, and I met the other finalist. She's a junior. She seems pretty sure of herself. This is a terrible thing to admit, but I was secretly pleased by the fact that she didn't seem at all smart. At all. December 5th. We find out about the contest tomorrow. December 6th.
This morning.
I hate the world. I hate it. 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 I hate it.
I'm sorry to hear this.
I was wrong. I don't hate the world.
Good.
I hate you.
Oh,
Good
scene.
Fun
Good,
scene.
good choice of a scene for you as individuals. too.
Yes. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And
that's, you know, that's the first thing to making a good scene, is making some first good choices you can make are about the scene. Oh gosh, so what went exceptionally well today?
I always like, well, you know, like, I just like how, we just work with each other even though I'm not doing anything. Oh, I like, cause it's always like, it's we say lines, but we fit it together nicely. I just like how we say them. Like, I spot her line and she spots my line. There's no just lines from nowhere.
Yeah.
I fill in Deborah's sentences, she fills in mine.
Yeah. I can't wait till you talk to him about how you act.
Yeah,
Body act.
God, yes.
Brian's a fanatic about wanting to talk about the whole body acting while you're sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
And I get going, wow,
Yeah.
So what went well for you, Christina?
Just like what he said, I think we work really, really well together, and it's really fun to perform together. So we can feed off of each other a lot.
Did you find any new stuff today that you hadn't found before? Or?
Well, just a little bit earlier. Oh, the stapler. I just started shooting staples at him.
That was wonderful. That was great. That was a great.
We did some.
We changed a few little things with the phone, but nothing really huge. We did a few little actions that Mr. Diaz suggested.
Oh, and then the stepping on the.
Oh, the stepping on the shirt.
Oh, and scraping it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just as characters, did you find anything that you kind of went, oh, that was new today? I mean, just, you know.
I didn't mess up.
That was always great.
Yeah, good. What a great scene.
I look my lines. Yeah.
What was the hardest thing about this scene?
Oh, how to say certain lines.
The delivery of lines.
That one, the end line, I hate you. I was like, I hate you, you know. I hate you. And then there was, I hate you.
We tried it so many different times, just the delivery
And
of
the
certain key
phone,
lines.
just delivering lines.
Well, this makes me wonder a little bit about what the objectives are in the scene for the characters. It's a one-act play, and you're doing how much of it? A good chunk of it?
Oh, we're just in the first scene.
We're doing the first scene, and then we cut some out, and then like pieced it together a little bit so it all worked together.
So we're getting sort of pieces of it from the beginning all the way to the end of it?
Oh no, just probably the first like
quarter of
15
it,
pages
yeah.
maybe.
So what are the objectives of the characters?
Mine is definitely just to make him move.
No, it's not to let her win.
Like,
Oh, so let me go from A, B, C here. You're slipping a note under his door, and
What
then
is your objective at that point?
oh, just like trying to be, you know, a civilized person saying, hey, I won, but it's okay. Better luck next time. You have another
Remember,
chance.
like later on in the play, they don't want her to read the note.
Yeah.
Read the play. Thank you.
And then,
We
so
wanted to do the
what is-
whole.
What is the so after you slipped it under the door? What is it that gets you into his
Yeah, why'd you
room?
come?
Well, because I'm knocking on his door and nobody's answering, and I can't fit it under the door, so
Oh,
the
that's
door's
right.
unlocked, so I just
That's
open the door and walk in, and then I'm like, well, what in the heck is he doing?
Why don't you just set it on the table and leave?
Because I'm nosy, and I want to see what he's doing, and I'm wondering why he's not getting the door if he's sitting in the dark. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
And also, your objective in the scene is what?
Like, she won the contest, the first one, which is horrible. I'm not gonna let her win again. So I'm just there, and I've tempted more than once or twice or more to move, but I just don't want to let her win. Because she's the winner right now, and as long as I don't move, I'm winning.
Good.
So that's what's.
Have you really been like that just before? Have you really been like that since you made that tape recording? I've just been like this, or did you like go to the peephole and see it was her and then run over to the bed and you see what I mean?
I think I was doing it.
So, and I'm curious, the choice to postpone atrophy, entropy, thank you. Was that a conscious choice? Is that what you're really doing, or were you just sitting in the dark feeling
I'm
sorry?
thinking like, if I just said like, I'm no good in the world, I'm here. But then I thought, what's the good of sitting down the world? I'm sick.
that was more
So
like
you
that.
arrived at that before
You
she
arrived
comes in.
at that
That's
before
great.
she comes. Good.
So, but
No, I'm not depressed either, haha.
Yeah.
What is out of curiosity, I don't know this play, obviously. How does it end? What's
Oh.
the relationship
I
between
don't tell you, it's so good. I'm waiting to read it.
She like,
now.
cause in the one act, he's actually lying on his bed. And so she like jumps on the bed and she's lying down with him and she's all like, and he's like, just lie there.
She
You're gonna lie on my
tries to do
bed.
what I'm doing.
Be still. And then at the very end, she gets mad. She rolls him off the bed, and then he stands up. And then she like.
But we get to know each other.
Yeah, we start
completely.
talking, and then like she tricks him into asking her to a dance, and she's like, "Well, aren't you gonna ask me?" And so finally he asks her, and she's like, "No, I'm sorry, I can't make that. I have other plans." And then like, she leaves.
And then on the tape recorder, I record on the tape because she was talking about how she's come across as cold.
Yeah, and how like people thought I was mean in
Yeah.
high school, and how I just want people to think that I'm a warm person. And when I leave the room, I just want people to say, "Jackie's so warm. She's just one of those great people."
And
so
then she leaves. I take the tape recorder. I'm like, December 7th, on her 6th. You know, Jackie just left the room. She's a person of much warmth. That's great.
So it's a friendship tale, or is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
leading towards love, or what?
It's like,
I
if
think
we
it's
knew each
friendship.
other, if we really knew each other, because we didn't know each other before this,
Yeah.
I think we'd be excellent pals. But we're exactly alike,
Mhm.
and we're just repelling each other right now. And I think if we went the same direction, we'd flow. Like we'd understand each other, and we do later on in the play. We
Yeah,
get-
they start talking more.
It's so fun to
About high
see you
school.
to love a piece.
Oh,
I
but
love
we
it. That just gets my blood
Brain
going.
passion
Yeah.
is
It's
just
like-
fantastic.
I read that because I wanted to go in the. There's the shelf, and I'm like, just gonna go look in there, and he's like, oh, there's nothing good in there. But it was like the third thing I pulled out. I'm like, this is Christina. This is so Christina. She read it, and she read it all one night. She was like, oh, I want to.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, Danny, this is like so good. Oh my gosh, we have to do this."
And you know that's a really good lesson in what really appeals and sparks one person doesn't necessarily appeal and spark
Oh.
the creative imagery and stuff in another person. It doesn't necessarily, you know.
Because my part didn't intrigue me as much.
And because
I just knew
originally
that it
we
would
like
fit her, and I'd love to work
we knew
with
we
her
were
doing
partners,
it.
and we were like, we want to get a scene with like a lot of movement. 'Cause, like, it's so funny because like I'm so much
Yeah.
smaller than him.
We noticed it in your old day.
And then they're like, okay, I found this awesome scene. I don't move.
And I was like, oh, I don't think we should. And then he was like, just read it. And I was
But
like, okay.
Well, the interesting thing was you were just as strong as her moving.
Your specific physicality, being tall and slim and all of that, is just always desperate.
Oh, let me get in here.
The girl-
Okay. I always tell people when you're sitting, you're not just sitting, you're acting with your entire body. But what was great is you were just sitting, but you were still acting.
Yes.
You know, you weren't just,
Amen.
I mean, you know, you were.
Still
you're-
from head to toe.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at you. I was going, man, he has not moved. His focus has not changed. He is totally in the moment. It was great. I mean, if you guys want an example of being able to act with your whole body, and he never moved his body. That was a brilliant example. I mean,
Stillness.
people think that they have to do all this, which I do all the time when I talk. But they want to, you know, they think they have to.
Well-
Man, if you're fighting against the want to be able to move and stuff like that, it's,
Right.
yeah, the urge is just as good as screaming to the top of your lungs. Maybe resisting that scream is just as good. you
Or
know?
more
And-
effective.
Yeah, even more effective.
Reminds me
So,
of the old saying that we all heard when we were going to school here, less is more.
Yeah. You know.
And what's cool too, Christina, I mean, he has the obvious, wow, cool, you know, you're so still and you, but for you, movement-wise, since we're on that subject, you there's a tendency at this time in your acting learning to sort of maybe not be as specific with your movements. You are very specific. You go where you're going. You plan your movements are very specific, and there's never anything like what she said.
It's not extraneous.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not. There wasn't
Very
unnecessary
clean.
stuff.
Yes.
You make choices to do stuff, and the choices you made were good choices.
Yeah.
And your comic choices
Oh, yeah.
with the shirt and the thing,
Oh.
and I don't know, it's probably a bit descriptive, you handle it very well.
That was
When you
wonderful.
picked up that staple and started firing that, I about lost it. I mean, because when I see stuff like that, I'm like, just shoot him. You know? How are you gonna get him to move? Shoot him. He'll move then, and you're like, you're just sitting there. You know?
And the moment when she says, well, what about all this stuff?
Oh, and we saw you realize. We
Oh,
saw
yeah,
that
you
it
get
dawned
the-
on
Oh.
you.
I can't move all my
And dawned on
stuff.
you where she was going with it.
Yeah, you're all, oh crap.
I saw the tables turn,
Yeah.
and you were just going, how do I turn the tables back? And not have her take my stuff.
That was the only thing I couldn't really move. I wanted, because I looked straight ahead, but I wanted to make the obvious move, you know, like.
No,
that's
Oh, and you
fine.
did. You
contrast.
It was perfect because you were looking at all the stuff in your house going, that's all going to be in her car.
But she has a rug and she rolls it,
it
and
up,
at the very end
starts
she
sticking
rolls,
stuff in it,
takes
and
it
she
out.
takes
She's
it
not by, she takes it out. It's hilarious, but it's.
It was a wonderful scene. Thank you. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you very
Thank you very
much.
much.
Whatever he's doing with you, listen to him because he's really sending you in good directions. Good stuff. Both these teams were very strong.
It looks to be a bit from what we see.
Great
it looked
program.
Good, strong program.
Yeah.
Good.
It's our
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
One of those guys will be all pumped and ready to go.
Tell each other how great we are.
Tell him how good your face are. He'll show him. He'll show him, I know.
In 1957, Dr. Carl A. Thomas, who was my mentor, began the Lenaea Festival. His desire was to develop a festival where the high school students could come and express and enjoy the art of theater. That was good 45 years ago, and I was there in 57, and I'm still here. So you see, we're all right. Okay?